The Nigerian Senate on Thursday raised concern over disturbing trends in local government elections across the country's 36 states.
The provisions of Section 197 of the said Constitution, together with the third schedule, Part 2 of the Constitution, have been grossly breached, and the said local government elections of 5th October 2024 in Benue State and in some parts of Nigeria were marred by rampant manipulation, thus thwarting the goal of establishing truly representative local governments in Nigeria.
No election, there was no election in Benue. Whether APC or what, there was no election. I am. Okay. The fact that I'm in APC, I cannot support what is wrong.
The Senate criticized the recurring pattern, which often sees the party in power clinch 100% or 99% of the local government council seats, as a sign of deeply flawed electoral processes at the grassroots level. The Senate acknowledged that democracy, in its true form, appears to be absent in the local government tier of governance. This third tier, which is meant to bring governance closer to the people, is instead married by electoral malpractice and manipulation. The legislative body called for immediate action to restore credibility to the local government election system. The Senate's concerns were brought to light through a motion by Senate Minority Leader Abba Moro, who represents Benue South.
The truth is, this is going to be a serious and difficult issue to resolve. National Assembly alone, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, cannot resolve this. We can do our part, but we must do beyond our part. We can say, okay, let's try to say INEC should do. But is that the solution? No. Even INEC, in some states, people complain about INEC. But at least the complaints are less.
Senator Moro pointed out that during recent local government elections in Benue State, many voters were left stranded at the polling stations, waiting for hours without seeing any electoral materials or officials. This issue, he stressed, was not unique to Benue but reflective of a nationwide problem. Other senators echoed this sentiment, noting that both major political parties and all states are guilty of undermining the democratic process at the local government level.
INEC, to allow INEC to control this, because we saw that in 1999, when INEC conducted elections to elect those to be councillors and local government chairmen, that exercise was free and fair. You could find a PDP chairman in a state like Kebbi, where the governor was an APP governor, APP councillor and chairman in Kano State when PDP was the governor was a PDP person. So that has to be done. We saw free.
They emphasized that this issue cuts across party lines and affects governors throughout the country. Senate President Godswill Akpabio supported the call for reform, suggesting that one potential solution could be a national dialogue.
I want us to conclude on all these constitutional amendments, electoral amendments, and then look at ensuring full autonomy for state assemblies, ensuring financial autonomy for local governments. If we can achieve those things under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then we would have been able to set the democratic process on the right track. And I think that should be our commitment. So observe what they are doing, because this one is akin to somebody sitting down to do caretaker committee and then using the name of election to cover it.
This dialogue would involve key stakeholders, including state governors and political leaders, to address the systemic flaws in local government elections. Akpabio described this election as little more than a sham and emphasized the need for a serious national conversation to rescue the integrity of grassroots democracy. In response, the Senate resolved to initiate an open national dialogue with all relevant stakeholders, particularly the state governors who play a central role in local government election processes. The Senate Senate also agreed to meet with President Bola Tinubu to discuss how best to address the issue and restore genuine democracy at the local government level. This step signals the Senate's recognition of the need for comprehensive electoral reform to ensure that the local government elections are free, fair, and truly reflective of the people's will.